Hello student. Now again come the PKR chemistry class. Actually today we want to discuss about the two important compounds of chromium and manganese. That means from the D block we want to discuss today the two important compounds related to the first transition series. Actually the two members, that one is called as chromium, another is called as manganese. Like potassium dichromate and potassium permanganate. But before the discussion of these things, we already say that we actually now come the end of these chapters, because in previous various classes, we already discussed the various topics related with the D block or transition elements, such as the physical parameters, number of characteristics must be studied in the heading of physical parameters like electronic configurations, atomic and ionic radii, melting and boiling point, rigid and hardness about the transition matters. Then we discuss about the variation of ionic enthalpy, in which normally no any gradual decrease or increase taking place across the transition series. As well as we discuss about the stability of the oxidation state related with the ionic enthalpy in the name of thermodynamic stability and reduction potential stability. After this, we discuss the variable oxidation state of the transition metals, then magnetic nature, in which most of the transition elements are paramagnetic in nature. Then we discuss about the formation of colored compound and colored ions through the DD promotion, and also we discuss in this topic the next chapter, that is coordination compounds, include a crystal field theory. That means we explain the color nature of transition metal ion and their compound through the DD promotion, including the crystal field theory, that is crystal field splitting or D or bifield. And we explain broadly over what do we mean by DD promotion. After this, we discuss about the one also most important property, which actually called as the structural backbone of the modern civilizations, that is known as alloy formations, as well as the catalytic property. And one also important things asked in board examination, that is known as interspecies compound. After the completion of these things, we directly move toward the lanthanide and actinide. That means inner transition element, that is F series element, which consists the two series lanthanide and actinide, whose most important properties are similar like the D block. So especially we discuss in that places their electronic configuration, actually the abnormality, that is the deviations occurs in their electronic configurations. Then we discuss the two important things, variable oxidation state as well as atomic radii and ionic radii. That is actually the atomic and ionic radii related with another important name, which is the most favorable question about the CBSE board, that is known as lanthanide contractions. Actually, the study decrease in atomic and ionic radii across a lanthanide series from lanthanum to lutetium, that is atomic number 57 to 71, with increase in atomic number, a gradual decrease taken place in their atomic and ionic radii. That place is named as lanthanide contraction. Another language we can say that a gradual and steady decrease in ionic and covalent radii from cerium to lutetium, that is atomic number 58 to 71, across a lanthanide series with increase in atomic number is given that places as a lanthanide contraction. We also discuss their important causes, why it may be happen, and completely different from the D block atomic and ionic radii. And also discuss the three important consequences of the lanthanide contraction. Various consequences, but three important consequences. One related with atomic and ionic radii of the third transition series, which is approximately similar or sometimes smaller than second transition series. Ionization enthalpy times the first ionization enthalpy of third transition series is normally found to be higher than second, even sometime in the first transition series. Then we discuss the basic nature from LaOH3 to LaOH3, in which LaOH3 is the most basic and LuOH3 the least basic. What is their nature? It is also the consequences. about the lanthanide contraction. And one is also very important in their characteristics, in which that characteristic we talk the similar characteristics, approximately. It is very difficult to isolate the lanthanide element from the lanthanide mixture. So this type of topic we already discussed in a previous topic in the lanthanide contraction. But where here you listen the one thing, we can see that the lanthanide contractions. In CBSE board examination, the term about the lanthanide contraction, their causes as well as their consequences, it must be changed alternate. Either ask the question related to the lanthanide contractions, or from the method of preparation of the compounds like potassium dichromate or potassium permanganate, or ask the fill in the blanks related with the oxidative property of potassium dichromate and potassium permanganate. So we already discussed the lanthanide contractions, their important what is their causes and their important consequences. So today we want to discuss the questions related with the lanthanide contractions opposite to the lanthanide contraction, that is known as formation of compound. So now we start to discuss about the important two compounds, potassium dichromate and potassium permanganate. Firstly, we want to discuss about the compound related to the chromium, that is known as potassium dichromate. Their molecular formula or chemical formula become K2Cr2O7. So now we start to discuss about the first compound, potassium dichromate. So already one thing remember, my student, when we begin to any topic, it is necessary we make important flow chart about that compound, as well as which pattern must be followed, which help me to understand that topic in a short manner, but we have to capacity to explain in a broad manner. So in this respect, we discuss here a compound related with potassium dichromate. So now we begin. But since we want to discuss the first, that is known as name of compound becomes potassium dichromate. The molecular and chemical formula must be written, you becomes like the K2Cr2O7, in which the oxidation state of chromium is +6. Actually it is the oxo compound, oxo, like we can say that oxo compounds of the chromium. So now it begins their method of preparation. So you see the first thing here, we here given a flow chart, firstly related with, how can we remember it? Actually if we summarize these things, we can say that chromite ores can be mainly prepared from the important ores of chromium, that is known as chromite ores. That means it can be prepared from chromite ores. Their formula is also written in two manners. What? Two manners. One must be written like the FeO.Cr2O3, or directly we may be written like the FeCr2O4. What? FeCr2O4. So firstly you want to given the summary, and then you see here the flow chart, and then we given the required chemical reaction must be occurs. Actually the method of preparation of potassium dichromate done in important 3 steps. Given the headings, listen carefully, given the heading, first, preparation of potassium chromate, Na2CrO4 from chromite ores. That means another language we can say that the first step, conversion of chromite ores into potassium chromate. They normally overturned in a yellow colors. And second step, that yellow colored having compounds, potassium chromates, converted into potassium dichromate. Sodium dichromate. What second step? The conversion of sodium chromate into sodium dichromate. That means second step we given the heading, preparation of sodium dichromate, or conversion of sodium chromate into sodium dichromate. Na2CrO4 to Na2Cr2O7. These are normally in orange color. And the third step, this orange color again converted to orange crystal, but that crystal become the potassium dichromate. So third step we can say that preparation of potassium dichromate. In another language we can say that conversion of sodium dichromate into potassium dichromate, Na2Cr2O7 into K2Cr2O7. So these are the three important steps. I just summary. Firstly, we can say that chromite was taken and move toward the conversion of a small minute particle like a powder form through the crusher mill. That means in first step, the chromite ores can be converted into powder form by the help of crusher mills, and they must be concentrated, undergo fusion either with sodium carbonate or sodium hydroxide, that is caustic soda or sodium carbonate, in the presence of excess of air, that is oxygen. It gets converted during the fusion into sodium chromate, and as a byproduct iron oxide must be obtained. Next step, we can say that the above obtained sodium chromate undergo washing or concentrated, or even we can say that acidify with dilute sulfuric acid. During acidify or concentration or washing, the above sodium chromate, which is actually the yellow color, gets converted into sodium dichromate, which are normally orange in color. But here one thing here, the byproduct obtained as a sodium sulfate, on cooling they can be crystallized out like Na2SO4, 10H2. They can be filtered out, and the mother liquids now consist only as a sodium dichromate. This sodium dichromate are even, remember here, even now converted into potassium dichromate. But here we can say that how can we converted this thing? So now above obtained sodium dichromate treated with potassium chlorides, and hence we get the orange crystal of potassium dichromate on cooling and crystallization. So these are the summary about your how can we prepare potassium dichromate. Again we repeat the summary. Firstly, we taken chromite ores, they undergo fusion with Na2CO3 and NaOH in the presence of excess of oxygen. We get sodium chromate as a major product. This sodium chromate undergo further treatment or acidify with dilute sulfuric acid. We get the major product as a sodium dichromate. This sodium dichromate further undergo treatment with, that means here the hot concentrated sodium dichromate undergo treatment with KCl, they produce a potassium dichromate. So these are the summary. Now we want to firstly, how can we remember it? You see the flow chart. If you remember this thing, very easily to explain all things. So now you see here the flow chart about the preparation of potassium chromate. You firstly see here the flow chart is started from here. We taken the powdered chromite ores. What? Powdered chromite ore. We written with the formula FeCr2O3. These are also written as FeCr2O4. So what do you mean by here the powder? The chromite ores taken, they must be under the crusher mill converted into a small powder form chromite ores. They must be concentrated. They are fully now prepared to undergo the further reaction, that means process to convert it into potassium dichromate. So you see here the first step, powdered chromite ores, and then you see here in the arrow, what thing must be written? Fusion with sodium hydroxide or sodium carbonate in presence of air. These chromite ores, when under the fusion, that is ignitions with the NaOH or Na2Cl3, they produces here, you see here, we written here the sodium chromate is obtained, which is yellow in color. Their formula become Na2CrO4. But you see the one thing must be here the written. Actually here the ferric oxide is obtained as a byproduct, and water is also obtained in this case. They must be separated out by the help of fractional crystallization etc. And we have only here the sodium chromate. It now prepared for the further treatment. In this state you see that this sodium chromate undergo washing or concentration, or even we write the acidified with the sulfuric acid H2SO4. During this process, here you see the sodium dichromate, which is also in the orange in color, is obtained. Their formula become Na2Cr2O7. But you see the one thing again here, sodium sulfate is obtained as a byproduct. Actually, it is less soluble in water. So on cooling, it can be converted into the crystal form like a Na2SO4 dot NH2O. They must be separate out as a precipitate. And we have only now which prepare for the further steps, that is known as sodium dichromate. You only see here, not me, the sodium dichromate. This sodium dichromate now fully prepared about the further action. So it can be calculated, you see here, it can be undergo treatment with calculated amount of potassium chloride. What? Calculated amount of potassium chloride. But one thing must be here, in these steps, actually the above obtained, what? Above obtained sodium dichromate, which are also in orange in colors, undergo further treatment with what? Potassium chloride. But in these steps, some book also write that the equimolar amount of sodium dichromate, which is hot and concentrated, undergo treatment with potassium chloride. Why these things must be happen? Actually, here remember the one thing, sodium dichromate is more soluble than potassium dichromate. In this respect, they can be treated with the KCl, which is easier to separate out their crystal in orange red color as the sodium dichromate. For this nature, they undergo treatment with here the calculated amount of potassium chloride. It produces here the potassium dichromate. Their formula become K2Cr27. They normally obtained as orange crystal. We also say that orange red color crystal. But here also you see the one thing, sodium chloride here is more soluble in water. Simply we can say that sodium chloride is actually obtained as a byproduct. It can be separated out and we get the orange crystal of potassium dichromate. So these are the pattern about how can we write the flow chart of the preparation about this thing. If you remember these things, it is also easier in these places, in a small bracket, you write the what type of reaction must be taken place. Here we write that this reaction must be taken place, and here we write the reaction it must be taken place. So further, nothing required for the remembering or explaining about the method of preparation. But here now student, here we given the flow chart about the how can we undergo the preparation of potassium dichromate. If you remember this thing, must be understand accurately. So the same pattern must be taken place in another compound, that is on a potassium permanganate. That means compounds of manganese, and they must be present in the same series. So their method of preparation is also done in a similar method. But now in a written form, we already say how can we write these things in a systematic manner. So also in your examination, you only written this flow chart, and then after the written of this thing without any given the language is needed, because in this flow chart we each and everything must be mentioned. So you doesn't need it about any explanation language about the method of preparation. We given this flow chart, and ultimately we can say that the what chemical reaction must be taken place. Given the heading, only we write the chemical reaction. So next step, how can you write after the flow chart their chemical reaction? So we now needed, now the above you see here we given the chemical reactions. So what type of chemical reaction must be happen during the preparation of potassium dichromate? Step first, preparation of sodium chromate, Na2CrO4, which must be happen in first step the flow chart. The reaction must be listened carefully, and you see here 4FeCr2O4, also written like 4FeO dot Cr2O3. They undergo treatment with sodium carbonate. Here 8 molecules of sodium carbonate must be taken place, and the 7 molecules of oxygen must be reacted with these things. So these undergo the fusion, that means heating process. Here you see they must be producing the major product here. What sir we needed about? They becomes sodium chromate. So they become 8Na2CrO4, and here We already said the ferric oxide as a obtained a byproduct, so their formula becomes twice Fe2O3 plus 8 CO2. Next, again we repeat, what type of chemical reaction taken place here? 4 FeCr2O4 plus 8 Na2CO3 plus 7 O2. They produces here 8 molecules of Na2CrO4 sodium chromate, 2 molecules of ferric oxide twice Fe2O3 plus 8 CO2. This reaction also must be retained by the help of sodium hydroxide. What? Sodium hydroxide. So here we taken 8 molecule of Na2CO3, that means 16 sodium must be present. If we taken sodium hydroxide for the purpose of the fusion, we taken directly 16 molecules of NaOH. So you also may be right the further reaction, same further reaction, either this or this. So you see the another reaction of the same step. 4Fu dot Cr2O3 plus 16 NaOH. You see the here the 16 NaOH taken in place of this 8 Na2CO3. 16 NaOH plus 7 O2. Similar reaction must be taken place. Similar product must be obtained. One change here taken place. You see, in place of 8 CO2, we retain here 8 H2O. So again we repeat the reaction. What type of reaction taking place? 4FeO dot Cr2O3 plus 16 NaOH plus 7 O2. That produces about 8 Na2 CrO4 plus twice Fe2O3 plus 8 H2. This thing must be happen in a first step. Second step what? Second step, conversions of sodium chromate into sodium dichromate. We already say here, these must be actually obtained as a yellow color. What? Yellow color. One thing also remember, if this can be treated with potassium chloride, it produces the if they in potassium chloride, it can be also produces a lemon yellow color having potassium chromate K2CrO4. They must be obtained in this place, but we doesn't discuss about more about it. Now you see the second step. We already written in second step from the flow chart, preparation of sodium dichromate. What? Another language you also can write here, conversion of sodium chromate into sodium dichromate by the action of a dilute sulfuric acid. But here we retain the shortcut as a preparation of sodium dichromate. In this step we already say above obtained yellow colored having compound sodium chromate washing with sulfuric acid or acidify with sulfuric acid. What reaction must be taking place? You say the very simple reaction must be taking place in these places. Twice Na2CrO4 yellow in color undergo treatment with dilute sulfuric acid. Here we taken normally the dilute sulfuric acid and they must be acidified. You see this converted into NaCr2O7. These are also orange in color. And sodium sulfate, we also mentioned in that flow chart, sodium sulfate is obtained as a byproduct which is less soluble in aqueous solution in water. So on cooling it can be crystallized like a Na2SO4 10H2O. So here Na2SO4 plus S2. These are the second step. But these are the major products. After the fractional crystallization, they can be separated out. We have the mother liquids of Na2Cr2O7. It can also on cooling they must be crystallized or directly they undergo treatment with mother liquids Na2Cr2. So these are the second step. So now we discuss the last steps for the preparation of potassium dichromate. So now those compounds here obtained which are also orange in color, but we want to convert as a potassium dichromate. So the name of the third step you see here we given like this. Preparation of potassium dichromate K2Cr2. You may be also allowed to given the heading like the conversion of sodium dichromate into potassium dichromate, or more commonly without written any language we can say that here the preparation of potassium dichromate from sodium dichromate by the action of twice KCl. We already say the hot concentrated potassium dichromate on treatment with calculated amount of KCl, or another language we can say that equimolar mixture of hot concentrated sodium dichromate treated with KCl they converted it to potassium dichromate. You see the reaction? They are very also simple, simple reaction. Na2Cr2O7 plus twice KCl. They produces here K2Cr2O7. That is known as potassium dichromate, which on cooling they produces the orange crystal of what? Potassium. Actually here we remember the one thing, the byproduct obtained here, the sodium chloride, what, which is less soluble with comparison of another substance obtained. So on fractional crystallization, that on cooling and crystallization, we get the orange crystal or orange red crystal of potassium dichromate. So these are the concept about method of preparation. Today we must be briefly explain about the method of preparation. Not we go over the more long, but here the next compound potassium permanganate is also prepared like this. So next step we must be discussed in a very shortcut on the help of by the help of this flowchart. So okay student, in the next step, in the next video, we discuss about firstly the method of preparation of potassium permanganate, because most of the physical and chemical property of potassium dichromate and potassium permanganate are also approximately similar, and chemical characteristics most important, that is oxidizing property. So we want to firstly we given the method of preparation of both, then we discuss one by one the physical and chemical property. So okay student, thanks for listening this video for the method of preparation of potassium dichromate. If you have any question, we discuss the next class. Till goodbye and thanks.